And a warm welcome again to the Lord General, Coach Avery Johnson, and also to Mr. Shaquille O'Neal. So we have a special presentation we want to make right now. And it came to my attention that we know that Mr. O'Neal has won many, many awards. An illustrious career, dozens upon dozens of awards. And obviously the elite awards, 4 NBA championships, MVPs, the championship rings. But I found out when you accepted to be our speaker that the McDonald's family had slighted a teenager. Back in 1989, Mr. Shaquille O'Neal, 19 years old, was a late addition to the McDonald's High School All-American game. And so he brought his A game and he won the MVP the next day on the court. But what happened was he never received his McDonald's High School All-American jacket. We'd like to present to you an authentic, freshly minted, 1989, freshly minted McDonald's High School All-American jacket. Would you like to try it on, Mr. O'Neal?
You're gonna make me cry, sir.
It fits, it fits.
I'm rocking this to the club tonight.
Shaq, you right here.
Man, thank you. Mr. Parrish.
That's fantastic. Shaq, what do you think?
Mr. Parrish, I'd like to propose a trade. I'd like to trade my jacket in for a lifetime supply of Big Macs. Okay, all right. That's what I order when I go to McDonald's. I get that number one, 20 nuggets and a Diet Coke because I'm on a diet. Before we get started, can I see who's from Texas?
Go ahead.
The stars at night are big and bright. Okay. Just checking.
You're my good buddy, but next time I'm moderating a panel or interviewing Shaq or having a conversation with Shaq, read my bio first.
Avery.
Yes, sir.
You've changed. You're using big words like moderator. Wow. Is this the Avery that I know? Got your legs crossed on stage? Got sophisticated, didn't you, Coach?
Totally different business.
I see that. How are you, sir?
But hey, Shaq, everything's good. A couple of questions for you. So, you have many monikers or nicknames. Mayor Mac Shaq, Shaq Daddy, Big Shamrock, but you landed on the Big Aristotle. So what's behind the name, the Big Aristotle?
Well, when I was receiving that's probably the biggest word you're gonna hear me say today, receiving. When I was receiving my Most Valuable Player award, I wanted to say something that stood for who I was. And growing up with a drill sergeant father, we always talked about habits. We always talked about practicing good habits. And the Aristotle quote is, excellence is not a singular act, It's a habitual habit. You are what you repeatedly do. And I used to say in the mirror, I'm the best big man ever. I'm better than David Robinson. I'm this, I'm that. Others didn't believe it, but I believed it. So I just wanted to, put that in people's mind. And it's what I tell children all the time. You are what you say you are. Doesn't matter what other people say you are. You are what you say you are. My mother used to tell me all the time, son, make them remember your name. When I was young in San Antonio, Texas, I wanted to have a basketball name. And I realized I did have a basketball name. It was like David Robinson, Dr. J, Charles Barkley, Larry Bird. Like Shaquille O'Neal sounds pretty good. So I just kept, working. I kept working, and here I am today. I want to also thank Phillips for bringing me here. I didn't know much about what you guys did, but I commend you. I think this should be a model for what other people do in America. I've never seen anything like this before, so if you ever need me, the Parrish family knows how to get in contact with me. I work with their annoying son every day. He annoys me every day, but we're best friends. But I love Dallas, I love Texas, so whatever you need from me, you just call me. I'm just a phone call away. Thank you for having me.
You've lived all over the world, Germany, Newark, San Antonio. You've played in, a gazillion cities. Now, you're in Atlanta.
There you go with those big words again, gazillion.
But
you've changed.
No. But growing up, what's the one city that had the most impact on your life?
It will probably be San Antonio. It's the city where I cultivated the character known as Shaq. It was a city where it was my last stop before making the final decision of what I wanted to be. From 10 to 15, I was always told, you're 6'9", you can't play, you'll never make it, you might as well join the Army with your father. And then it was one of your teammates that inspired me. Because I was the man in San Antonio before he came, but then when I went and watched him play, I was like, oh my God, I'm not that good.
You talking about 5-0?
Yes, I'm talking about David Robinson. Like, I went to watch him play, and the way he ran, I was like, man, I gotta run. And the way he demanded the ball, I was like, I gotta demand the ball. He had this spin move where he catch it and spin and get the alley-oop. I started doing that with one of my college teammates, but I was like, it just inspired me to work hard. And then Texas, I got introduced to a girl named Chicken Fried Steak. And I've been in love with chicken fried steak ever since I moved to Texas. Matter of fact, when I get done here, I'm going to Babes in Frisco. Give me a chicken fried, but no, just, the people in Texas have always been very hospitable. And I went 36-0 in high school, and there was one guy that gave me fits, and he's a security guard outside. He walked up to me outside and he bumped me, and I didn't recognize him. Then when he took his hat off, I was like, Tyrone? So, I have great history here in Texas, and it's just great to be back. Thank you.
So, years ago, you had an opportunity to play a genie named Kazam.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So...
Next question. Mr. Parrish, what is this?
But, if you were a genie again and you had 3 wishes, what's the 3 wishes that you make today?
I'd wish that everyone would be happy.
That's 1.
I wish that every kid, whatever he dreams, would come true.
That's 2.
And I wish it would be no hate towards one another.
Yeah, that's good. Amen.
That's it.
Good. I like that.
I'm at the point now where I just try to make people happy. Whenever I leave the house, I make people happy. I don't know if you heard the story, but I adopted this beautiful family in Dallas. I was on Instagram and I seen a lady, she had 10 kids. And then I just Instagrammed them, and they're here in Dallas, and I went to see them, and I went to hang out with them, and it's just, making people happy. So I told them to come see me yesterday, and their van was kind of beat up. Uncle Shaq don't play that. I said, follow me right quick. Took him, got him a new van, and it's just, it's just all about, making people smile.
So Shaq, your father, growing up was your hero. Outside of anybody in your family, who's your hero?
A woman by the name of Dr. Lucille O'Neill. That's my mother. I always tell always tell young kids to look up to me and say, you want to be rich, you want to be famous? Yes, yes, yes. First thing you got to do is listen to your parents. Always listen to your parents, listen to your mentor, listen to your grandparents. They are wise, they know everything. My mother told me everything that I'm going through would happen. I didn't believe her. Then when I got to San Antonio and I saw my name in the San Antonio Express, I was like, my mother's, she's right. My father, he's right. And then, I also tell children, be a leader, not a follower. And I also tell children, believe in what you believe. Don't ever let anyone discount your beliefs. And, I'm not the guy that gets all A's, gets all B's. I can give you a couple C's, but I never got all A's and B's. But my mom always told me to try hard, work hard, believe, and I did those things, and here I am today.
So you've had just an unbelievable career pivoting from sports to business. You're in sponsorships, partnerships, you're on the board, different companies. But what I found fascinating is...
There you go, fascinating. Boy, I tell you.
But...
Are you still mad at me?
No, I'm going to get to that later.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm going to get to that later. But, you're in equity. You own equity in all of these businesses. What's the mindset of not just being a celebrity face of a business, but also owning equity?
Coming from Texas, I learned about honor and pride. What I mean by that in business, if I do not like your product, I can't take your money. So, Wheaties, I always tell the story, it's a true story. After the first championship, Wheaties contacted my office. Shaq, we want to put you on the box, Breakfast of Champions. It was me and my agents, and I looked at the president and said, sir, I'm from the hood. I don't know what Wheaties tastes like. I can't do it. And my representative said, what are you doing? I said, call Frosted Flakes. Call Fruit Loops. Call Diggum Smacks. If it's past those three cereals, I can't do it. Second year, they come back. We're going to do something we never done before. We're going to offer you $1 million. Sir, can't do it. Third year, same thing. So the fourth year, Wheaties got smart on me. They did a deal with the NBA after we beat you guys. After we defeated you guys. And then, they put me and D-Wade on the cover. But finally, after 30 years of waiting, I'm now on the cover of Frosted Flakes. Yes. So, another story is Icy Hot. So before I was endorsed by Icy Hot, I had a thigh injury, and I put some Icy Hot on the thigh, and it rose up to the boys. So when I met with Icy Hot, I was like, yes, 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 yes. It works. So to all the people, do not put Icy Hot on your thighs, because it will rise. So I put it on my thighs, right, and I'm in the shower, and once you put water, it gets hotter. So I'm in there in the shower dancing around one day, and a Spanish guy comes in and says, Senora, milk. Like, what? So I give them some money and go to the milk. So when the guys come in the locker room, I'm in the shower with milk, and they're looking at me like, it's like capsation, the milk and the capsation.
That's good.
Yeah.
So Shaq, obviously, St. Philip's is an incredible school. I had a chance to tour the school with one of my really good friends who's here, Ross Mulford, and the school is really making a difference academically, socially. But you went back to school to get your undergraduate degree, master's degree, doctorate degree.
Education is important because once your talents run out, you have to have something, you have to have something to fall back on. My parents were big, influential in my life, and they always hit me with the what if. What if you blow your knee out? What if this? What if that? And I always thought about it. And I would bring home a lot of money and all that, but I would look on my favorite person's face and she would just put her hand on my shoulder and say, baby, you promised to go back to school. So I was like, I'm shooting a movie called Kazam. She was like, I saw that movie, you need to take your ass back to school. So I went and got my bachelor's. I was going to stop there. But then I noticed when I would go to meetings with my representatives, they would be like, hey, Shaq, how you doing? Like, they would just say hi to me, and then they would just talk to my representatives like I'm not there. Talk about business and stuff. I said, oh, okay, so they don't respect my business acumen. So then I went to the University of Phoenix, and I said, hey, I want to get a master's. They said, we're an online school. I said, no, I don't want to do online. I want to do it in class. So then they came back and said, well, only way we could, let you go to class is if you have 15 people in a classroom setting. So I paid for 15 of my friends to get masters. And we all got masters. And then when I was in Miami, my mother's a prankster. So she came in and said, we don't have any doctors in the family. And I was like, for real? She's like, you could be the first. And that, I was like, me? I could be the first? And, I was starting to have children, a lot of children at that time, and I wanted them to look at me as something more than just Shaq, the basketball player. So I decided to get my doctorate in education. Took me 6 years. My professor was a maniac. He would mark my paper up with that stupid red pen. And I would just have to go back. But, it taught me how to rethink and just, put me in a place I hadn't been in a long time. And thank God for Google, because, I remember the days where we used to have to go to next door neighbors and borrow the encyclopedia. So I could sit in my office with that Google. I felt real smart. So, but yeah, and then I also thought about going to law school, but I'm too old for that right now.
Well, I really appreciate that because
Thank you, sir.
a couple of years ago.
Hold on. You're being nice to me? I'm glad your parents are here. You're being nice to me? You're rubbing my shoulders? Why, thank you, sir.
Just for the record, I'm always nice to you.
We call Ro the pit bull. He's the only little dude that tries to fight me on a daily basis. I'm like, stop, man, relax, calm down.
So, Shaq, recently you've started the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation. What's been the most meaningful investment that the foundation has made in the community?
Well, foundation is the big word. To me, I've always had a foundation. I've always tried to help families out, help people out. First big thing I did was called Shaq Claus, and it wasn't invented by me. I wish I could take all the credit. 1992, we're in Orlando, and my mother, who was a phenomenal speaker, she was at an event such as this, and there was like 1,000 kids that said, hey, we're not getting anything for Christmas. Could you buy us something? And she said, sure. She's mom, she don't want to turn anybody down. So she calls me and she did something she never does. She says, baby, can I borrow some money? And I was like, what's the problem? She said, I went to this event, it's about 5,000 kids. They're not getting any toys. And me, being a mama's boy, I said, I'll take care of it. I didn't even have a plan. I said, I'll take care of it. She said, no, baby. I said, I'll take care of it. So me and, Uncle Jerome, me, Uncle Jerome, Scoop, Alex, a couple guys, on the way home, we saw the U-Haul place. So, hey, let's go get some trucks. So then we went to Toys R Us and we wiped them out. Good toys. See, I don't like me, I don't shop. I just like, okay, Barbies, bikes. So spent a lot of money and then told my mom, I said, Mom, next day, tell them we'll be there after practice about 2 o'clock, set up a stage, 2 chairs, get the Christmas hats, and we're gonna call it Shaq Claus. And that just took off, and I've been doing that ever since 1992. Then we had Shaq's Giving, where we get all the homeless people and feed them what I would eat on Thanksgiving. You know, that fried chicken, that macaroni, them cornbread, them yams.
My wife is from
You guys know what yams are? Okay, just checking. I know we're in a sophisticated event right now, just checking. But yeah, I would always, give them the things that I would eat. And just, it's all about just making people happy, brightening up their day. My mother, after I retired, she put her hand on my shoulder and said, "Baby, you've been blessed. Time for you to start blessing other people."
So, Shaq, Ben Simmons, not really a great shooter. Tell us, from a standpoint of confidence, you weren't the best free throw shooter in your career.
But I was in the finals versus the Mavericks. Got him. Got him. The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
But Shaq, you always had confidence you didn't mind going to the free throw line 30 times.
Not at all.
You never lacked confidence. Talk to young people about, when you go through adversity, just keep getting up. Get back in the game. Talk to the young people at St. Philip's School in our audience about your mindset of fighting through adversity and having that next point mentality.
Remember this quote from Uncle Shaq. Before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. Before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. I like failing because when you're raised by an Army drill sergeant, you learn not to make the same mistakes twice, 3 times in a row. So if I miss a free throw, I just know, tuck in that elbow a little bit. Oh, miss it again. I never get down on myself. So, when you fail, don't get down on yourself. Just take a breath, see why you failed. Try not to, recreate the same things and just try to do something different. Life is all about obstacles and perseverance. Everything's not going to be perfect all the time. Our young children, they want it so fast. Like they see other people and they, oh, I want that. Sometimes they don't realize you have to work to that. Like I wasn't always the Shaq. I had to work. It took me 18, 19 years to get to this level. So, all the young kids out there, if you ever fail at something, just take a deep breath. If you got somebody, a mother, a father, a mentor that can give you the cheat code, make sure you also take advantage of that and just keep on going and never let anybody tell you you can't do it. And I used to like putting the pressure on myself. When I put pressure on myself and it didn't go well, I used to go home and tear my house up. Anything I see, I just, because I hate letting people down. My father took me to a San Antonio Spurs game in high school, and he had to borrow the money. And we were sitting way up, and it was a terrible game. And on the way back, my father said, when all these people pay money to watch you guys play, make sure you put on a good show. So if you're gonna spend all that money to watch me play, I wanna put on a good show. So if it's down by 1 and I'm at the free throw line and you expect me to win, I expect to win also. But if I miss that, I let little man down. I let her down. I let him down. I let grandma down. And that doesn't sit well with me. So, but I'm not gonna give up. I'm just gonna be like, okay, we lost game 2. Now I gotta get it back in game 3. So I would just sit and just think about it. So again, when you fail, it's okay, because we all fail. There's a lot of successful people in here. I'm sure they all have failure stories, but the reason they are successful is because they never gave up. Avery, 2 minutes until we need to introduce student video with questions for Shaq.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
Now I'm doing your job.
Yeah.
That's why you sound smart. You got the answers right there. I knew it.
Hey,
I knew it.
So since we have to wrap up in 2 minutes, quickly, a couple of rapid fire questions. you talked about not wanting to give your kids everything, that they have to work for it.
Yep.
We saw that recently in an interview. Can you just quickly share your mindset behind?
My children have to have 3 degrees to touch my cheese. Period. I tell them all the time, I'll give it away. I want them to work. When I was playing with the Miami Heat, Mickey Harrison, his son Nick Harrison, daughter Kelly Harrison, it was an article in the paper about how the grandmama on their 18th birthday left them $500 million. So a week later, I'm at practice late, and I see the kid that just got $500 million tax-free from his grandmama, picking up dirty jocks and whopping the floor and in the bathroom, cleaning the bathroom, and I was like, this kid got more money than me and he's cleaning up the bathroom. So I went and talked to his father. I said, no disrespect, sir, but I just saw something that kind of disturbed me. And he told me, he said, hey, before he became the Carnival cruise director, his father had him working in the boatyard and made him work, from the bottom. And he said, I'm doing the same thing with my kids. So I was saying, if a kid worth $500 million can pick up jock and clean the bathroom, I'm gonna probably have to make my kids do the same thing. And then the second year is doing marketing, was doing this, and he's the vice president now, but his father made him go to school first. He went to Duke, graduated from Duke, and then when he came from Duke, he just made him work from the bottom. So after I saw that, I was like, oh, this is how the billionaires do it. So again, I tell my kids all the time, 3 degrees to touch my cheese. If not, I'll be at McDonald's every day getting that #1. And a Diet Coke, because I'm still on the diet.
Yeah. Shaq, we have such an incredible fraternity as NBA alumni. And that's part of people probably going to understand. Why are you, Shaq, kind of going at each other? We're really not going at each other.
Not at all.
It's a sense of respect and love. But I just want you to want to know if you've forgiven me for, in 1999, when we closed down the Forum, your last game in 1999, when we beat you. Have you forgiven me for that?
That was you.
Yeah.
I just want to say I've always been a fan of yours.
Appreciate it.
Because me and you, we kind of go through the same thing. Avery can't shoot, let him shoot, let him shoot. And I remember that one game in the finals on the baseline, you let that thing go and it was all net, and you helped the Spurs win. So, you've always worked hard, you've always been an accomplished young man, and it's an honor to be sitting here with you in that suit.
Yeah.
It's a nice suit.
Thank you.
But you can get a Shaq suit at JCPenney's.
Thanks, Shaq.
Thank
so
you.
Before we bring the students up, I just want to give a big shout out because the sugar in my tea is here, and she's not Splenda or Stevia. So you guys not gonna get me in trouble. I'm gonna shout out my wife of 31 years, Miss Cassandra Johnson. Stand up, honey. Stand up so everybody can see you. Stand up. That's my wife, Cassandra Johnson.
Hey, say that again.
31 years.
No, the sugar in the tea part.
Yeah, she's not sugar. She's the real sugar.
She's the real
not
sugar.
Not Splenda or Stevia.
Not Splenda or Stevia.
Yeah, the real
Okay,
thing.
I like that.
And then I have.
I'm gonna use that tonight when I go to the club.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, you ain't my sugar, but you can be my Splenda or my Stevia. What's happening?
That's good.
You see, I got on my brand new McDonald's jacket.
Yeah.
I know a brother that owns about 30 McDonald's. You want to go get a free Big Mac?
Yeah. And then also, Pete, if you don't mind, I got to shout out 2 more people. My business partner, John Bailey's here. John, stand up, let everybody see you. John Bailey, co-founder of Avery Capital, Alan Bailey Johnson, and the guy that put me in business, the president of AG Hill, Joe O'Brien. Stand up, Joe. I want everybody to see you. Thank you, Joe, for your tremendous support. So I think we have a couple of students. Where are the students? It's a video.
Hey, hello, my name is Majesty. My question for Shaq is, what is your favorite thing to do when you're not busy?
Is she here?
No, just
What? You didn't bring the kids here? What is my favorite thing to do, Majesty? It's called watch Netflix. I work so hard every day. When I get home, I just like to sit on the couch and like to watch Netflix. I'm on a program now called From Dusk to Dawn. If it's about vampires, werewolves, you probably wouldn't watch that. I wish she was here. She was so cute.
You can always go visit the school.
I will. I promise I will. Any other questions? Any kids here that want to ask a question?
Hello, Mr. Shaq.
Okay. Hey, Emery.
My name is Emery Campbell, and your question for today is, who was your favorite basketball player to play with during your career?
I have three, but I think you all know the obvious answer. A gentleman by the name of Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. But I also had the opportunity to play with Dwayne Wade, Penny Hardaway, LeBron James, but Kobe was my favorite because, we really, really pushed each other on and off the court.
Hello, my name is Naya Willer, and today, my question for you, Shaq, is what is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
The most important lesson I've learned in my life is to be a leader and not a follower, and to make other people happy, and always listen to your mommy and daddy, no matter what.
That's good.
Any kids here want to ask me a question? Any kids here? Where you at? All right, I can't see you. Come on up. One at a time. Make it quick. I'm trying to get to Mcdonald's in my new jacket. I know you ain't go to the club last night. Come on, move it, move it. Tell me your name and tell me what you're going to be when you grow up, then ask the question.
My name is Naya Willer, and when I grow up, I want to be a mechanical engineer.
All right, do me a favor. Say, when I grow up, I will be a mechanical engineer.
When I grow up, I will be a mechanical engineer.
And all of you
And all of you
will invest
will invest
in my company
in my company
so I could be rich
so I can be rich
like you all.
like you all.
All right, ask the question.
When you played in the NBA, what was your favorite player that you like to play against?
My favorite moment or my favorite player? Just say favorite moment. My favorite moment?
Your favorite moment?
Okay, sit back. I want you to imagine this. Madison Square Garden. We up. I'm killing Patrick Ewing. I'm at the free throw line, and I look up. I know that ain't Halle Berry coming down the steps. Bro, it was Halle Berry. My heart started beating so fast I had to call a timeout. Timeout. Phil said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Shut the hell up. Halle Berry's over there. She's coming to watch me play." So then I go back. Don't shoot an air ball. Don't shoot an air ball. I made the first one. Hallie's smiling. I was like, oh, she's smiling. I got a chance. I got a chance. I shoot the second one. I make the second one. She smiles at me again. That probably right there was my favorite moment. That's a true story. True story.
My name is Dorian Ross. I will be a pediatrician in the future.
Well, you know a guy named Uncle Shaq, so I can get you anything you want. And then there's a place in Atlanta called Freedman's. They go up from size 0 to 27. So he has the information because he used to shop at Freedman's. So good luck. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. Nice to see you. Halle Berry, look her up. Hello. Tell me your name and tell me what you're going to be when you grow up.
My name is Carson Marshall, and I want to be a professional teacher.
That's awesome. What's your question?
What subject did you hate the most in school?
What subject did I hate the most? It wasn't math, because math is money. Government. I used to hate, well, I don't know if that's what they call it now, but in 88, 89, it was government. I could not pass government. Miss Gorlicky, she hated me. She really did. And what's your favorite subject?
Science.
And what's that guy that sits next to you in school?
Wait, what do you mean?
It's a dude that sits next to you. What's his name?
Oh, his name is Neiman.
I know you know his name because he's your boyfriend. Yeah. He's your little boyfriend. Yeah. He told me he was your boyfriend. Get on out of here. Get on out of here. You're too young to be having a boyfriend. Get on out of here. Hello. Tell me your name and tell me what you're going to be when you grow up.
My name's Madeline, and I want to be an artist.
An artist? Do you draw? That's awesome. What's your question?
What was your favorite subject in school?
Favorite subject was math and gym. You know why I was gym? Because I used to take my shirt off. Love you too. Get on out of here. Here we go. Tell me your name and what you're going to be when you grow up.
All right, I'm Liam, and I'm going to be an NBA in the 2027 NBA draft.
What's your last name?
Walters.
Oh, that's a nice name. Liam Walters. What's your question?
What was your favorite city that you liked to play in?
Dallas was one of them. Probably Toronto, probably Miami. How old are you?
I'm 15.
I can't tell you why they were my favorite cities. You're too young. Get on out of here. Get on out of here. Answer me those crazy questions. What's wrong with you? Hello? Tell me what you're going to be when you grow up. Tell me your name.
My name is Miriam, and I want to be an OBGYN.
Oh, what? What's that? Oh, OBGYN. I'm tripping. I'm sorry. Yeah. What's your question?
So you said that you went to college to get a degree so that you could have something to fall back on, but did you have a specific job that you would want to have?
Well, I wanted to focus on, it is a great question. I wanted to focus on business, hotel and restaurant management. So because I went back to go to school, I own 7 restaurants, I own many businesses. You ever heard of Forever 21? Uncle Shaq owns that. You ever heard of Juicy Couture? Uncle Shaq owns that. You ever heard of Reebok? Uncle Shaq owns that. So because I went back to school and, educated myself on business, I'm now owner of many, many brands. And you can too when you grow up. All right? Thank you. No boys. Stay away from boys. Last one? Oh, that was the last one. All right.
All right, everybody, let's give the big Aristotle a big hand. Come on, get on your feet. Get on your feet. Thank you, St. Philip's School. Keep doing an incredible job. Thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you for supporting this wonderful school.
Let's give it up for Shaquille O'Neal and Avery Johnson.